Basketball.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The Insight NBA team is in the arena, bringing you the ultimate play-by-play on who's hot and who's not to help you win your leagues and dominate your mates. You're now hooping with your hosts, Matty G, Skitty, and Malley for the Insight NBA show.
Look, we're straight down to business. It is a mock draft time. I am in this one, and so is Malley. Mate, how are you?
Mate, I feel like mock drafting is a little bit like Christmas Eve, and I'm a bit sad that it's going to be over soon. Yes, I've got Christmas Day to look forward to, but it just feels like a bit of a passing of the time. I'm just holding on to my last few mock drafts before we're in the thick of it yet again.
It's almost like you get to open all of the presents in mock draft season, and you just get to play with all of the toys. But then your parents only give you the one that you maybe have not have wanted in the 6th round. And
yes,
you're like,
100%. Wrap it back up, put it under the tree.
Exactly. Like, we all know there was 4 Ninja Turtles, but I like Donatello. I was a Donnie fan. So I was happy to get a Donatello present, but everyone wanted Michelangelo or Raphael or Leonardo. But then at pick 4, you get left with Donatello. Like, you still get a Ninja Turtle. Is it as good as a Ninja Turtle?
But it's Donnie.
But it's Donnie. Oh, Jesus, holy Mother Mary and Joseph. I am from pick 5. What's Noah going to do? I don't know where I'm going to go at pick 5, to be honest. I've done it a couple times and I've taken a big man. Look, Shea goes off the board there. I will take I'm going to go Old Truth and just go my mate. Do I? Yeah, I'm going to take do I take Davis or do I get frisky with Embiid? You tell me.
I'll go with Embiid. Yeah, let's go Embiid.
Nah, I'm going to Nah.
No, what I meant was go Davis. That was what I meant.
No, I took Embiid. I've taken Embiid in the draft against you before. You actually took him against me when I took AD. So I just felt like if I took AD again for one of these pods, but I'm going to take it because Anthony Davis should go off the board clearly next. Holy shit, he hasn't. Giannis has gone off. Okay, here we go. Let's put it into the big draft board. Are you rubbing your hands together right now, you prick? Are you putting your hands?
This is all falling in my lap.
This is horrible. Hello, Christmas. This is exactly what you spoke about. Hello, Christmas.
Yeah, exactly right. You're getting eight Donatellos. It might end up with Anthony Davis. No, I will not. I'm going to end up with Tyrese, which is great because I don't think I've done a build with him yet, and I'm excited to have a go with Tyrese. So he's my boy there at pick 7. I pick 8.
And this is almost interchangeable as well. I think you'd be able to get Embiid at 8. We've taken him at 8 in a draft head to head against each other before, and I think Tyrese has fallen now a little bit as well. So you can get him at 8, or you could take him if you really want to lock into those assists early on at pick 5. After that, we've seen also big plot twist. Tal went Jokic number 1, leaving Wembanyama number 2 for Russie. Then Anthony, Luka, Shea. I took Joel at 5. Giannis, AD. You took Tyrese, Trae Young, Steph Curry making his way back into the first round. Good to hear people who are listening to my rants and saying that Steph is still first round. Tatum at 11 seems like a viable enough option as any, would you not say?
No, I think he's a bit of a safe bet there. I like Tatum. You can go in so many different directions. I've also just started watching Starting 5 on Netflix, so I probably got a little bit of Tatum on the brain.
And Anthony and his running mate Anthony Edwards as well, going at pick 12.
And Sabonis. Here we go. We nearly got the whole lineup. Oh no, Bronson ruined it with 14th pick. He's not on the Starting 5.
Jeez, Brunson, Carl Anthony. Oh, geez, that is early for Carl. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about, Malley. We did the first pod after the trade. Carl Anthony Towns has just gone in this draft, the 3rd pick of the 2nd round, drafted 15th. That is too early. That is all of the upside you can muster for Cat, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. That might be getting a little bit on the Kool-Aid. Ivan don't like Brunson at 14. That's a little bit too strong for me.
Yep.
I'm going to, and I'm surprised that he's dropped 17th.
Old faithful.
I'm going to go James Harden. Yep, I like that combination. Him and Haliburton at the start there.
Mm-hmm.
I think even Harden of last year, although you wouldn't have taken him at 17th, would probably be maybe what you'd classify as a closer pairing with Haliburton. Maybe
Yep.
not this Renaissance Harden where he's going to do more scoring this year without Kawhi to start with probably, and without Paul George. So I like my start.
I am going to get so fast and loose in this draft because I've done it before, and I'm gonna. Oh, geez, Berkey's taking it. Come on, Berkey, you've got 6 seconds. A quick draft is a good draft, mate. Haven't you heard the rules? Scotty Barnes, thank you very much. LaMelo Ball, he has looked great.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm not trying to sip the preseason Kool-Aid. I'm not. But ankle braces, who would have thought that wearing something meant to protect you from ankle injuries could protect you from ankle injuries?
100%. I've seen so many mocks done up now, and actually I think in one of the leagues I'm currently at the moment, people are leaning into this what I would say all or nothing build where they're taking all these injury guys in the first 5 picks. They're getting an Embiid, they're backing it up with a Mello. They're waiting a round longer or 2, and they're getting the maximum value out of Kawhi. So
I've got Kawhi now. I've got Kawhi in my sights. I've literally got Kawhi in my sights to be like, if I'm going to play fast and loose, I could do it right here with him. But I'm probably going to go a bit of a handcuff to Embiid, and I'm probably going to look at Paul George around now. Fred VanVleet was my other, he's my darling. He's just gone off the board for me. And look, Paul George, funnily enough, on rank isn't there. Oh, geez, X rank, Paul George saying, I like Paul George here. I'm going to take him. He has fallen far enough from me when I think he's fringy end of first round, mid-second round to be picked up at the 30th pick. Very comfortable doing that there. So in this round, to finish up, let's go through round 2. Take us through the round 2 action there, mate.
Oh, I'll let you do the honors. I've got to think about my next pickup. You're doing to me what I did to you that last episode where you threw me in just so I could miss my pick.
Sabonis, Brunson, Cat, Mitchell, Harden, Durant, Barnes, LaMelo, Booker, Kyrie, Lillard, and De'Aaron Fox. To kick off the 3rd, we've seen Lowry Markkanen, good for Lowry, Chet Holmgren, LeBron, Fred VanVleet. I took Paul George. Şengün, Tyrese Maxey has just gone off the pick before you to reseat, and Jalen Williams. Now, look, I love that. I love Jalen Williams. You must be punting points now. It feels a little bit like it. This scoring, it feels a little bit like it. Love the playmaking potential that he has in there. I like it. Talk us through why you're getting J-Dub at 32, because that's almost at peak J-Dub-ability, one would say.
I feel like you're right. I feel like 32 is absolute top dollar there. I just look what's around him. I haven't been very impressed with the games that Cade has put together. I mean, I know it's preseason. I know everyone's just figuring things out. It's not about putting up these big games. But today, what was he, 3, 2, and 8 or something like that? The 8 assists are obviously nice.
Yep.
It gives me a little bit of a reason to be nervous. I had the great Jalen debate at that pick. I feel like it was too early for Jalen Johnson. He looked nice again today. I think he was 19, 10, and a block or a couple of blocks maybe on top. So
yeah. And there he goes at the end of the round as well. So after playing today, he's put himself into the 36 pick contention, which again, I feel is right around where he could be going. Like it's opening up value for him a little bit if he falls in drafts, because he will be after today's performance. I'll bring it up. It was ridiculous. Where was it today? The final line. There it is. The final line, the 1-point win against the Pacers. Old mate, there it is, 19-10, no assists, but 3 steals, 8 from 12, 1 3, and perfect from the line in 2 shots. You love to see it. My favorite one there was Dyson Daniels, by the way. That was a very nice line from Dyson Daniels, getting the start. You can't read into Yeah, but the minutes were there, 21 minutes, 14 points, 1 from 3 threes. Love it.
And I know I shouldn't be a slave to ADPs and to my own rankings, because I'd really like to take Jalen Duren here, but that seems a little bit ambitious at 41. Jimmy's there. That's too early for him.
Is it? Is it too early for Jimmy Butler? He's a top 30 player, and look. Let's look at the names after you: Bam Adebayo, Cade Cunningham, Paolo Banchero. Way too early. This is not a punts draft. Oh Jesus, it's back to me. Oh Jesus.
Well, I'll take over there from what you were saying, and I feel like I'm trying to balance my risks with players that maybe are a little bit more solid. I know Tyrese had his injury season last year, so he's not exactly as safe as can be. I got Harden there. He might be overworked and might blow a tie early on. I feel very good about J-Dub. So maybe it wasn't too early for Jimmy. I like it.
At 40, I think it's fine. At 40 is my absolute cutoff where I'm now flirting with him all the time. I'm like, come on, mate. You're sitting right there. The same thing is, dude, I just picked up Kawhi Leonard with the 44th pick. I've got a draft. I've got a draft. Shh, draft. Do the talking thing where you do the thing where you say what the things on the screen are.
No. I'm looking down this list of the picks that we've got. A lot of it really lines up with what else I've seen. Bane at 45, Derek White at 46. I'm nervous about Derek White. Last year was obviously his best season to date. I'm just worried that it could have been a flash in the pan. I haven't really heard any other analysts or anyone who's got skin in the game talk much about that. We've all just kind of decided that this is who Derek White is now, some kind of star amongst the stars. So it gives me a little bit of pause. I haven't taken him anywhere, even though he's fit a lot of the builds that I'm going for. Zion Williamson at 51, that after seeing him in these first couple of games, it seems like a very clever pick. That's he's looking insane. I think it's only been one game, actually, not two. But he looked healthy and he looked mobile.
I was going to say around here to get him at 51, at pick 50 and above, I really like Zion. I picked him in a draft last year and I ended up trading him because he was flying off the seat of his pants to start the year. Then he went down a little bit, so I made some value back on him. Kind of wish I would have had him the whole team. So I'm kind of looking to draft Zion from 50. Was hoping he was going to fall to me and shift and fill in that power forward center position on my team because I don't have a true power forward yet, but I filled my 2 center spots early now. So I can get a complementary center power forward later. I filled it with Jarrett Allen. I like that for me. I think I'm looking pretty good across the board, but I'm going to have to start making up a lot of other categories, I think.
Yeah. I'm having a bit of a look down the list now to see who's available for my 56 pick. I thought to myself, I don't really want to damage my free throw percentage too much with a Rudy Gobert, but I'm looking and feeling very solid with that. With Haliburton, Harden, Bartlett, and Williams, I'm definitely going to be able to throw the life ring around Rudy Gobert. So I am going to pick him up. Hallie and Harden get sneaky blocks out of position. Same with J-Dub, he can get a few. So I'm leading into that now. I've obviously made the choice, and that kind of has sealed the deal with my 5th pick, that points are obviously off the table for me. I think I'm doing all right in 3-pointers. Both my percentages look reasonably good. I've got plenty of assists. I probably need to get a few more rebounds with my next pick.
Yeah, I'm probably looking to start getting a whole bunch of points on the board. I mean, although I've got scorers in like guys like Joel Embiid will be one of the league's top scorers. Paul George will score a bunch of buckets. LaMelo score a bunch of buckets. Kawhi, the injuries there, we know points are down over time. Allen is not a predominant scorer. I've got rebounds across the board here, but I haven't really got a lot of assists coming into my way. So finishing off this round, DeRozan, Mikal Bridges, you take Gobert, Ayton, Vooch, Brooke Lopez, Miles Bridges, Zach LaVine, who I was hoping would fall to me, Michael Porter Jr. I'm probably near looking. I don't know what to get next. I'm a little bit thrown. This is good drafting. This is good drafting. I'm a little bit miffed, and I don't get miffed often. I'm not going to lie. Do I get more rebounds?
LaVine at 61. What do you feel about that as a pick after his first showing today?
Yeah, look, I'm fine with it. It's the preseason. I know that he's got a hold there. Let's not get overhyped on Kobe White. Let's see his stock blow through the roof. But we didn't see Lonzo. We saw reduced minutes. It's great from Kobe. We know he still exists and we like him very much. But let's not go like over the top with him. That's all I'm saying. There goes Hartenstein. You know I'm a big fan of this. Yeah. Do we think now 65 is back to decent Hartenstein range?
Well, especially, I mean, I've taken him there at 65, knowing that he fits my bill perfectly. You know, I love to see that even though he wasn't a starter the other day with Oklahoma, and again, preseason game, but he got plenty of minutes. He still did his stat stuffing. He was nearly like a 5-5, and I think he got two blocks and 2 steals. So he did what he was advertised to do back when he was with New York. I love that. I love that he's been able to carry that over. So he's a great fit on my team.
So I'm looking to get former running mate from Philadelphia. It's like I'm getting a whole bunch of Philadelphian tied guys, apparently. I'm looking into Tobias Harris here. I just really wanted a bunch of points and some rebounds to help complement that to buoy the rebounds. I wanted some guy who could do both of them. I think big TH there can fill that void for me. I do need to look at where I'm going because I've been so upset. Brandon Miller was on my list. He's gone off. Beal's off next. I'm probably going to put a couple guys in my queue. I'm probably going to look at D'Angelo Russell because I want to get some assists, and I do like the assist numbers he can provide across the board. So I will slide D'Lo in as another point guard for me because I'm really point guard shy right now. I've been a little bit point guard hesitant, one would argue. Yes. I should probably get some more of them. Probably looking for guys later in the draft. Yeah.
Interesting watching Brandon Miller in these first Hornet showings. Yep. He's been quite submissive and he's really played that third man role. I would have thought that he might have put himself above Bridges. Again, very early. I get it. I need to be reminded. But just, you know, I stop and pause where in my earlier mock drafting, I would have been happy to take him. Now I'm just letting him cruise past and seeing if someone else is happy to take the risk because he's got me a little bit nervous. Now that Bridges has got ball back, he's looking fire again. Yeah,
he really is. I might
be wrong about him.
I really do like Miller. I do like Miles. Looks really comfortable out there. I told you that was his running mate, and he really came through. I'm kind of looking. See, my guys have been taken. Cam Thomas thought maybe next round. Cam Thomas getting taken off there at 70. So let's go through that in that round. After we had in the 6th round, LaVine, Porter Jr., Randall Garland, Hartenstein Miller, Claxton Tobias Harris by me, Bradley Beal, Cam Thomas, who was on my list next round, D'Angelo Russell on my list next round, Giddy, OG was also thinking, Vassell, Nurkic, Anthony Simons. So the points guys are starting to go early, and I'm not going to get nervous and reach. I did want a point guard. There are a couple of guys that I liked late. I'm going to take him now. I'm going to take Jordan Poole.
Yeah, I like
I'm
that.
going to take him now. At 77, I'm comfortable taking point guard. He has, and I needed the points. I needed the assists. I like what he can do. He looked very comfortable yesterday in his last showing, and he was happy. He seemed, not that we can ever say that he's happy, but happier, decently happy.
Because he's not just rocking the stash, and we all know that a mustache can be a heavy burden for a man to carry. So I assume that, you know, he's come to his senses a bit there. It's not for everybody. If Recep lets him go to me, I'm very happy to take Austin Reeves, and he has because he's taken Ingram, who I'm uninterested in. Austin Reeves at pick 80, I like. I have really enjoyed watching him kind of become the lead guard and watching D'Angelo in these first couple of games push into more of a shooting guard role where he's getting his shots. And some of the, I think Austin Reeves has been definitely visiting the library of LeBron James, because some of his passes have looked flashy as hell. And he's
always been a very good passer. He's always been a good passer. And the thing is, his mid-range, that little floater game when he gets inside the line, when he can get that pick and roll game or that action inside the line, that's his sweet spot. And then when he is really, really hyped, when he's really locked into his game, you can just see him actively getting that high pick and roll. He's done it with LeBron 100 times. He even gets LeBron. He was opening up LeBron from the three-point line last year. That was great for LeBron. All-time numbers from him, from D. And I think that just makes them both. Now, this is very early. Some points guys got on board. We got Tyler Hero. This is early maybe for Sexton, but he's looked very good. Kobe White, possibly early for him. So I've kind of, Anthony Simons was the let's take points guys off the board here in the 7th round. And then these big guys like Sexton, Kobe White have come off the board later on. Drew Holiday, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Derek Lively the second. Again, do not confuse your Derek Lively's. For Derek Lively the first or the third, you can't draft him in any league.
Yeah, definitely. Who was I going to comment on? Oh, I forgot now. Sexton. It's funny because we have that stigma, I feel, with him, because he was a guy that we could pick up off the waivers at the start of last season. And it always feels a bit strange when you're taking a guy at top 80 value where you're like, weren't you the dude who was sitting on the waivers last year? And I think he is very deserving of his 80 ranking. But it's just, it's just one of those funny things that we probably don't think about that often, where it is that stigma of, once you're a waiver pickup, you may be in some people's minds always a waiver pickup.
It's a waiver pickup. Once a waiver pickup, always a waiver pickup.
100%. He needs it on the shirt.
So you've taken Jabari Smith Jr. has gone off the pick before you. Think of where are you going with this one? Where are you leaning for your pick right about now?
Even though he's a little banged up at the moment, there is definitely a Trey Murphy-sized hole still there. Bastard. I know you wanted him in New Orleans. I just feel like I'm watching that game the other day. I was obviously watching it because I wanted to see how my boy DeJounte would go, and he looked silky. He was doing all the things, and he looked like he'd been there forever. But they just still need Trey out there, and that made me feel good that when he is ready to go, he's not going to be forgotten. And I just like what he does. His 3-pointers are a little bit lost on my team. It's going to be a bit of a drop in the ocean type situation. But there's just the percentages are great. Rebounds, gets a few steals along the way. And I just think he's got a big growth coming. What are you going to do at 92?
I'm going to do Alex Caruso or Jalen Suggs.
I've been making this decision, and I've been leaning Suggsy, but I'm interested to see what direction you go here.
I'm actually I need it. I'm going to go points. I'm going to push points with Rozier. He actually looked really good. I'm not going to leave these assist point guard guys out there. I actually was thinking of a third center, and I was going to go, and I know who you're going to pick next one because he's there at. No, it comes back to me next. Do I take Zubac away from you?
Yeah, I was going to say. I've been grabbing him. Oh, he's already gone. 97. That's a steal for him.
I'm going to probably take one of the first of my flyers. I'm probably going to go someone now who's slipped for me though, and get another one. I'm actually going to get Mark Williams.
And hasn't he slipped? People are panicked.
People are panicked, and I'm not going to. I still see him as a top 50 player, and getting a top 50 player now at pick 100 for me in this team. If he is healthy and Joel Embiid, he's going to play. If I bring it up, does it say they showed plenty of promise during blah 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 blah? Do you say what has happened? Do you say that they're going? Yeah. Look, they're saying he's going to be ready for opening night. They're just saying that they're holding him out of the preseason, that he's going to be ready for opening night. I'm going to hold him to that. We can't trust the Hornets injury reporting for the life of me.
No, they talk out their asses.
They talk out their asses. But when I see a player of Mark Williams' caliber sitting there in my draft, 50 positions afterwards, and everyone is just scared shitless to touch the bloke, I've got to take the gamble. And I've taken a lot of gambles in this. And maybe I can trade away guys like LaMelo Ball who come out firing and people get, oh, LaMelo's back. He's like, but he's getting injured. Who really likes LaMelo? Trade him. Get something really, really good back in my team. Maybe there's an old school Hornets fan and you package them together and you try and shift off your injury risk in 3 separate trades and consolidate, then hit your waiver wire. Add a cheeky last pick in there, a 2-for-1. Like, look, fine, if you're this, I'll add in blah, blah, and get back and retain some value as well. Love that. I also, by the way, now I don't like this. Jalen Green, I'm putting in my queue. I'm curious to see your thoughts on how he played the other day. He looked good.
Yeah. They need his offense. There's a lot of tools around him to set him up for that. They just need him to be the best version of himself. They got Fred there distributing. They've got Jabari, who's a guy who can kind of fill a lot of needs in their team. Again, a bit of a jack of all, master of none. Şengün, just great to have his playmaking back out there. And again, the defensive stats for Şengün, you love to see it. You must be stoked if you're someone who's been able to pick him up around that 30 mark. My pick was one that is a bit dubious and very early, because I only waited just to the other side of 100 to get him. But speaking of Houston Rockets, Amen Thompson, I know it's going to be difficult for him to get the role, but he's just so enticing. I love what he can do, especially on my punt points build here.
So let's go back here to the round beforehand. Just after you, we said the Trey Murphy. Keegan Murray was taken off. Kuminga, love that pick at 91. He was in my sights around the 90s and onwards. I took Rozier, Pirtle, Jalen Suggs like that. I thought about it. You even heard me. I was thinking about Suggs or Caruso. Didn't get taken off the board. Suggs, Valanciunas, Herb Jones. We said Vooch. He's gone. So this is not Vooch. Zoo, he's gone. Caruso, I was toying with him coming back. He was gone. Middleton, Draymond Green. I took Mark Williams, Chris Plor, Clint Capella, Amen Thompson, John Collins, Walker Kessler, a couple of Utah blokes, RJ Barrett, and Onyeka Okongwu finish up the 9th round. Into the 10th round, we've got Jeremy Grant, Bobby Portis, Josh Hart, Kristaps Porzingis. This is about where people will take him if they've got an IR spot in the hundreds. So look in the early hundreds to target him. You picked up Tyus Jones, a nice point guard addition. There goes Jalen Green. You can believe the hype right about here on him. Jalen Green, it's probably come back to me. I need a power forward and a forward spot, blokes. I'm probably looking to get...
Have a think about what you're doing at 116. I'm just I hadn't taken Tyus Jones in any other mocks until I've seen him play these 2 games with the Suns. I was worried that there was too many guys who would be happy to move the ball around themselves, but they've really embraced having Tyus out there and having a true point guard. And to know that he's going to go out there with his low turnovers, if he can get me double-digit assists, I'll be stoked at someone who's coming in at 113 or wherever I picked him up. That's absolute madness, like to get potential double-digit assists that late in the draft with no real downside to boot.
I am probably, after his performance today, I'm going to jump early and get Dyson Daniels before he slips, because I think he will be someone who will start to pick up on radars, and we've slipped into a couple of auto draft picks here as well. So after my pick at Hendricks, Naz Reid, Cam Johnson, Zach Edey, Klay Thompson, Denny Avdia, Braden Podziemski, Pods, Keontae George was my other my other point guard that I love late. Good to see him getting some love. So this is now where I've lent away from those points, and I'm going to try and get some of my my defensive stats up. Trace Jackson Davis, Dyson Daniels, Norm Powell, my boy PJ Washington. It's good to see PJ get drafted. I'm just a proud Papa Bear. I'm a proud Papa Bear seeing PJ's gone. Love Marcus Smart here. Didn't look comfortable offensively in Memphis, but he did the other stuff that we expect from him.
It's just funny seeing him play small forward, like I'm used to seeing him at the helm, and he can obviously do it because he doesn't mind letting go of a 3 if he gets the opportunity. He's obviously can defend 1 through 3 pretty easily. Anything much bigger than that, he probably gets bulldozed. Holy dooly, I'm back on again. These auto drafts are killing me, mate. There's no time for breathing.
Asar Thompson, Scoot Henderson, Connolly, Rui Hachimura, Al Horford, Aaron Gordon, Dante DiVincenzo. Love that for Dante at 135. Brogdon, I don't know why we're drafting him now with the injury news. Kelly Olynyk, a good pickup from you. Malik Monk off the board. This is our last round, second last round. Jeez, I was going to say it's going bloody quickly.
I picked up Kelly Olynyk there. I know we talked about the eye test guys the other day, but their offense just truly flows with him out there. I know defense is a problem with Kelly at the 5, but just like the ball movement, his ability to find people cutting, he'll take his own shots. I just think there's going to be a role for him. Obviously, they are a Pirtle team, but yeah, he just at whatever I picked him up there, 140 or whatever. I like that I like a guy at this stage of the draft who I can plug and play. He'll do a little bit of everything, get me assists, get me rebounds. He's very generous, a percentages guy, 500, 800. I love that.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. And I'm kind of into this. I haven't punted points entirely, but I've just got a bit of a well-rounded high field goal percentage with very high free throws as well. So I've actually just targeted my percentage as well here. I've really padded out rebounds and steals and kept my turnovers low. And I'm pretty fair in threes. So I'm looking really good across the board. To do that steals and points and threes, I got Gary Trent Jr. Now, he keeps my field goal percentage low, but I've boosted that a whole bunch with guys like Embiid, Allen, across the way, Mark Williams. So I've got a whole bunch of good guys. I've got efficient guys like Hendricks as well, Paul George, and then I've offset that. Now, it's slipped back to me, and I haven't seen those last. Now, Nemhard was on there. Makovic, love that. Wendell Carter Jr. This is a guy who's going in the last round who could be a lot better. Now, I'm just going to get some – look, I'm going to pull him up because I think it's a disservice that we're not drafting him at all. Jonathan Isaac falling in your last round. This guy will be a defensive stopper. His projections on Yahoo are well down. He will steal more than 58 balls in a game this year, 100,000%. For me, he's a very fringy top 100 player, and I've just picked him up at 149, and I'm very happy with what he brings defensively to my team, as in my last pick right there. Nemhard before that, really shown out so far in the preseason, has shown that he's really committed to an expanded role with the Pacers. Love that for him. Really good pickup here, 148 from Noah. Andre Drummond off the board. Alex Sarr, look, this is the upside. This is good to see, though, as well, because I said, don't believe the hype and start drafting him. I did do a couple of mocks off the phone. I saw him go at 118 and 121. And that was far too early, I thought. I think someone said if you're in a blocks, but you can take him in the top 80 if you're looking for blocks. And I'm like, no, we don't. Because we can get other guys who will bring that to our party. You've picked up Ben Simmons with your last pick right here. Karis LeVert, Kelly Oubre Jr. Off the board. And our last two picks in this draft, we'll see where we fall. Kelly Oubre Jr. Tsunami Pape. The Tsunami.
I took after you took Isaac's Jonathan Isaac. I took his Siamese twin and Ben Simmons. Injury plagues, still good defensive pieces. It would have been nice to watch Ben Simmons play his 13 minutes today, but they wouldn't even broadcast the game on League Pass because the only guy there filming it had a handy cam. So it was probably Shaq on the sidelines from the 90s.
I thought that was hilarious. I went in to check that out. I was like, I'll just duck into the game real quickly and see. And it's like preseason is on, and I'm like, I know the preseason is on. The Brooklyn Nets have a preseason game on, and the only thing I thought was worried about was that it was Harden. So Harden was playing in the same game, 14, 4 and 2, 6 from 9 from the field. Zoo didn't look as great. Man still showed out. Really love what we saw from big mate Kai Jones. That was interesting to see him get a run today, to be fair. I was like, oh, you still exist. I thought he was with the Charlotte Hornets and then they let him go. I'm pretty sure. Kai Jones. He was a center forward and then he just went off the... So we wondered who was going to get those backup minutes there. We were like, who's going to be that? Kai Jones.
Who'd have thought?
Jeez,
Not me.
who would have thought on the waiver wire we might be looking at Kai Jones in really deep leagues? I didn't think so. I think the most disappointing from that Brooklyn Nets game today was the Noah Clowney experience for all those who really wanted to see him unleashed. 1 from 4 from the field, 0 from 3 from 3, not one block shot, not one steal, which is all the sexy things we love from him. But Cam Johnson, also not an efficient game. Didn't like that from him. Thomas, 2 assists. Great. But he got a steal, which was nice, and 3 from 5 from the floor, but got to the free throw line a ton, and we like that one. Let's get back to your team. Let's focus on that. You're not Tal. Your name is Matthew, one of the many. Mate, talk us through your team here and your pick, starting off with your guy who you took with the 8th pick, Tyrese Haliburton.
Too busy looking at your team. Yep. So I got Hallie in my first pick, James Harden in my second. Love that back-to-back pairing. I don't know how often you're going to be able to get that because I thought that Tyrese at 8 is fine, but Harden at 17 seems like people haven't really had their finger much on the pulse in this mock. Jalen Williams won the battle of the Jalen's to get my 3rd spot. Jimmy Butler was a risk at my 4th pick, as he always is, but he turned up to media day with a sensible haircut, so maybe he's just strictly here to play the game and not get hurt and spend his time drinking big faces. Trey Murphy. Yeah, Trey Murphy getting starting the season with injury, but I'm as I said, I could see the cutout of Trey Murphy running around out there, knowing that his spot is being kept warm for him. Amen Thompson, just been excited about what he's been able to do in the preseason, and when you're punting points, he's a bit of a gem. Rudy Gobert gets me my blocks. Isaiah Hartenstein backs him up in that and adds a few steals. Assists as well out of position. My assists look very healthy. Adding to the healthy assists, I have Austin Reeves and Tyus Jones. So I'm very confident in my assist category. And then I just got a couple of specialists in Simmons and Marcus Smart, who one of them can't shoot field goals, the other one can't shoot free throws, but they can get some steals. And Kelly Olynyk, because I feel like he's the neutralizer. He's the full cream milk that's going to soothe the palate to kind of balance out Marcus Smart and Ben Simmons.
Picking up Olynyk with the 137. I like, and he's a master of many too. Let's be honest. Kelly just gets out there. He does his thing, and he's almost, apart from turnovers and low 3-pointers, he is a don't hurt you anywhere guy. He's not a contributing everywhere guy.
I just love a dorky white guy out there too. Not going to lie.
Hi, my name's Kelly. I'm from Canada. I love Kelly Olynyk.
The other day, his voice is so deep. I didn't expect it to come out of his body. Yeah, tell us about your team.
My team, I've got Joel Embiid.
Kelly all over again.
I'll click on his channel. I'll get back down on that later in the rankings. Don't worry about it. Joel Embiid was my first pick, backed up with LaMelo Ball. Just got a little bit freaky and risky, especially in the 4th round when I managed to pick up Kawhi Leonard. Now, this is the funny thing. I managed to pick up Joel, LaMelo, and Kawhi here initially, or in a draft early in the season, and it had me looking really good. I've managed to now get Kawhi 1 round later, which I just think is ludicrously good value. Paul George is the meat in the risk sandwich down this way, but also a good backup for Joel Embiid in case of needed, in case of emergency. Break out Paul George. He's done it for OKC in the past. He's done it for the Clippers. He'll do it in Philadelphia. Mark my words. Jarrett Allen and Tobias Harris, just to get me some rebounds, some field goal percentage from Jarrett Allen, some block shots. Look, he's not a prolific blocker, but the field goal percentage, especially when I've got guys like LaMelo on my team, I needed to look and to shake that up. Some threes, some points, some rebounds from Tobias Harris, just as safe as anywhere around 68 this year. Jordan Poole was a little bit risky, a little bit uppity, but I do like him as the starting point guard there. Now, I could have left him on the board to see what was going to come back around to me. but I went for him here. Rozier was a bit of a gamble, but then again, I was sniped with guys that I wanted for defensive specialists like Suggs and Caruso. If I leave my centers on the board like Allen, and I'm looking to get points like a DeMar DeRozan, who, funnily enough, did go off before me, or a Zion Williamson, I could probably change tack later and pick up a Zubac around these picks in the 8th round just to get there before people start really freaking out before the hundreds that they haven't got a center yet, which generally, Matty, you'll agree is a trend that we're noticing in the late 8th round. Some power forwards go off. You can see that Lively went here. But in the 9th round, before the hundreds, the last of the great centers, they start to go off the board. So I had to pick up I picked up Mark Williams to break that rule because I couldn't believe the bloke was still in there. Again, this is all risk. This is the risk draft for me. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I probably wouldn't overinvest this much risk usually, but I'm just seeing how it played out. But I'm really happy with it when the guy falls to me at 100. If I'm drafting, he goes, Matty, you're insane. Okay, well, I'm not insane. Would you agree that it's not dumb to draft Mark Williams? Maybe this many injured guys might not be the smartest strategy, but I'm going to draft them with the view to trade them within the first 8 weeks of the season when they're healthy and looking good, even partner up some of my lower assets down, or like I could probably put in there I could probably toss in a Terry Rozier in a trade and get a really nice pick, or a Gary Trent Jr. points and threes. I can get them back. Toss in a guy like that who's performing well with the Mark Williams, get myself something stable, Matty, and you could be looking really good there.
I think it's even easy to find a 160 ranked guy on your waiver wire who gets hot that we don't see coming, like a Vince Williams type who has a role and just goes hard, and picking up someone like a Mark Williams on the other side of 100, you don't lose sleep. You don't hold on to them thinking, oh, they're going to come good. They're going to come good. Give it 3 more weeks. You just press that button, let him go back into the ocean, give him a fish, give him a kiss, Rex Hunt style. Yep. If you're not Australian, sorry about that reference. But
great reference.
Just smooch him and put him back in the water and let him be someone else's problem. And I mean, then it's probably a double bonus, because not only do you put him back, but someone goes, oh, cool, Williams, and they pick him up and they drop someone else decent, and you get someone who they don't see value in, or someone that they haven't wanted to hold on to.
Offer a bargain basement trade, and you sell and hold ground. Like, look, man, he's going to be 50 or 60. I'm not going to take him. That people don't go back and look at their draft stock a lot, but you can look back at your draft stock here and be like, oh, the 100th best player. Like, you use the 100th pick, go and trade him for like someone who's like 75. Like, so who might be more trade eligible. You're going to get someone back, and you're not losing sleep about it. Like you said, you're not going to go and try and throw it out there for a first, 4th round guy. You're not going to try and be, but he's worth like a top 40. No, it's not his worth. It's his value, and his value is an injured guy. Done. Kawhi comes back, doesn't play back-to-backs, looks good. He's a league winner, top 20 player in fantasy. Go get a guy who can be available for 82 games if you want. Go and trade it for someone like that. Someone will take Kawhi. Because look at what Kawhi healthy did last year. And then after that, after Mark Williams, Taylor Hendricks, Dyson Daniels, Gary Trent Jr., and Jonathan Isaac, really leaning into these last guys, like rebounds, good field goal percentages. The field goal percentage could be off for Dyson. I'm not sure that's going to be. Now, they predict it's going to be that low. I think we do see it a bump in that, and the free throws do concern me, but I like the steals, and I do like the presence of what he can do in Atlanta, and he did show that today, spacing the floor with Trae Young and giving him some defensive presence, or as a defensive leader, as a point of attack defender. Love that for him in Atlanta. Gary Trent Jr., Jonathan Isaac to round it out, who I think is undervalued, and picking him up at around 149, 150. You roll the dice, or you can roll your dice on Alex Sarr, for the love of God, in the last round. But I just wanted to hit that up, and that's how my team finished out, Malley. That's how we do.
That is how we do. Well, I'll be back on here soon, finishing off these tiers. We've done the point guard tier. We'll get to the shooting guard tier next. And then we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. As I said, I don't think about it that way because I love mocking. It's kind of seeing more light at the end of an already very, very light tunnel, like the tunnel I'm in right now, full of light. But
you look like an angel. You look like an angel.
Really upon us, mate. That's
you
it.
Look like a draft. You look like a draft, and you look like a drafting angel, mate.
Pantene Pro V.
It's all that, and Jesus loves you. And Mate,
Not a sponsor of the show.
No, but a sponsor of the show is us and our big draft board. Shout out to those guys. We're getting it. I know Josh just bought one. Shout out to you, Josh, a new subscriber to our Patreon as well. Make sure you get onto the Patreon account and get locked into everything that we can do with you. We have our personal DMs. We had a very exclusive small mini-sode with Alex Reclean on Patreon, like an 11-minute one. We just did an episode with him on our main channel on YouTube, but there is an exclusive preseason chat with him only for Patreon members. We put that, actually, no, we put that out there for everyone to listen to us. So just go and check out the Patreon. Everyone can go and listen to that little mini-sode. We gave that one out for free, but through the season, little mini episodes with guests will only be for our paid Patreon members to say thank you for supporting what we do. And also, don't forget, support guys like the Standard Squeeze. You can use promo code IFS15 for 15% off your order. And if you're here in Australia, hit up Ryan at Astute Newstead. Use promo code INSIGHT to let him know we sent you. If you're looking to refinance your home, if you're looking to get your first home, your dream home, or for better financial advice, look to Ryan for all that. Guys, thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Be well, and we'll see you soon. See you, Malley.